Good afternoon. First, I would like to remind you that the Village's essential services are continuing to operate. Our police department and the Orland Fire Protection District are operating normally and responding to all calls while simultaneously executing our emergency pandemic plans. One change you will see is that they will be wearing PPE, personal protective equipment, for all interactions with the public. This is for your safety and for theirs. Also, I want to remind you that all of Orland Park's buildings are closed, but our essential services are all still operating. Many of our services are available online. If you do not need to meet with someone at the Village, please call and make an appointment. The Secretary of State office in Orland Park will remain closed after that date until further notice to ensure the continuity of local government. Based on the Governor's executive order, many, if not most businesses can be considered essential businesses. It is up to each business to review the Governor's executive order or to call the Governor's office to determine if it can remain open. Please don't call the Village to ask for a determination. Neither our staff nor I can make this decision. It is up to the businesses and Governor's office. Also, do not call the police or 911 to ask this question. These lines need to remain open for emergency calls and official business. We have frequently been asked if specific businesses are open. Please call or email the specific business you have a question about to determine whether or not they are open. Again, please don't call the Village, as we do not know the status of individual businesses. We are frequently asked what activities are permitted. Leaving home for essential activities is permitted. These include activities for health and safety, for necessary supplies and services, for outdoor activity, including walks and bike rides, etc., for works and businesses that remain open, and to take care of others. Also, if you are traveling for these permitted activities, I encourage you to order food for pickup if you are able to help our local businesses during these challenging times. Another question we've received is the dog park open? Based on the Governor's order, the dog park is currently closed. Our parks remain open, but we ask everyone to stay off of the playground equipment because this virus can be transferred via surfaces, and children rarely show symptoms but are often carriers. Another person asked what the Village is doing about setting up testing centers in Orland Park. Testing centers are coordinated by the CDC, the Illinois Department of Public Health, the Cook County Department of Public Health, and healthcare providers. These decisions are based on the needs of the country, state, and county. We have contacted these providers to ask them to keep us informed of their actions, but we take no part in making those plans. I am involved in a lot of phone calls on COVID-19, and here is the latest information. As of the call last night and this morning, there were 490 cases in Chicago with 4 deaths. All of those deaths had pre-existing conditions. And 1,049 statewide with 9 deaths. It is currently in 30 of the state's 102 counties and 184 of 195 countries worldwide. COVID-19 has been found in every state. Orland Park currently has 2 cases. Both are elderly individuals. There are also several people being monitored and tested at this time. These cases were expected. The number of cases are on an upward trajectory, which will likely continue for at least 2 to 5 weeks. Reasons for this trend include there's more testing, the virus is spreading, and the people that caught it yesterday may not show symptoms for over a week. On the bright side, over 78% of cases don't result in a single night in the hospital. This executive order is likely to last for at least a few more weeks and possibly longer. It is not expected to be lifted until the curve starts flattening and that the healthcare experts believe that the system can handle any surge that occurs after lifting the ban. I want everyone to know that you will continue to see more cases and they will ramp up quickly. This is expected. There is no need for panic. For most of us, this virus will have very little impact, but we need to ensure that we do what we can to keep it from spreading to the vulnerable populations. Staying calm and keeping life as normal as you can in these abnormal times will be critical to how we rebound from this when it is over. There is no question that COVID-19 is very serious, and many of you are frightened by it. This pandemic has certainly highlighted many shortcomings in planning and execution throughout the country. This same thing happened after Pearl Harbor, the housing crisis of 2008, and 9/11. Now is not the time to point fingers or lay blame. It is time to work together for solutions. People and companies all over the country are stepping up to find solutions. Over time, we will find out which companies and which people are part of the solution and which ones become part of the problem. I am proud of the people in Orland Park who have been doing a great job doing their part, We've had a person create a website for volunteers to shop and or pick up meals for seniors. We've had a company volunteer to wipe down all of our playground equipment. We've had several residents asking how they can volunteer. For that, I suggest calling PLOWS at 708-361-0219 to offer your time and service. I am proud of how Orland Park residents are stepping up. One thing I know for sure, America and Orland Park will get through this. When we do, we will have the opportunity to fix many of those shortcomings I mentioned. Critical manufacturing will come back to the United States. Just-in-time supply chains will no longer exist for strategic supplies that require a stockpile. More municipalities, states, and people will shore up their fiscal health so they can survive turbulent times. Contingency plans will be developed so that manufacturing can quickly adapt their lines to make critical goods, and we will all likely practice better hygiene, which will significantly help during the cold and flu season. Also, I hope that this results in more people taking stock of those around them like I have witnessed this weekend. I saw my neighbors more this weekend than I have in a long time, with, of course, the appropriate distance. More family time, more time catching up with friends, even if by phone, and more interaction with the entire community. This message bears repeating. It is how we respond to this adversity that will determine how fast and how well we bounce back when this is over. Remain calm and thoughtful and help your fellow neighbor through these trying times. I am confident America and Orland Park will be stronger for having gone through this together. Please stay home and stay safe. Thank you and good night.